Well, everyone, for today's deck, we are looking at potentially one of the best decks right now in the meta, Han Spark Green. And I'm going to preface this right now. I have never touched Han Solo from Spark Rebellion. I was really close to actually playing him back in set 3 before they actually banned DJ from the format. So I was very close to actually picking up that deck and playing DJ in it. But ever since then, I really have not had a desire to really play this deck. And I think it's because the fact that I don't know if my mind can figure out the combo lines with what Han wants to do. But you know what? Screw that. We're going to check him out because, this is the last set we actually get to check him out in Premiere before Han becomes a permanent leader in the Eternal format. So we're going to check out the leader, the deck, and then jump to a best 2 out of 3 in Karabast. So, Han Solo is action. Put a card from your hand into play as a resource and ready. At the start of your next activation phase, defeat a resource you control. So basically, the aspect is that you would then put a card into your hand into your resource to extend yourself 1 additional resource. So you have 3, then you can extend yourself to 4, and so on and so on. Understanding that you do have to defeat a resource every time you do that. Now, a big caveat why he was really good before the DJ ban was the fact that the DJ, when smuggled out, could then take one of your opponent's resources, and then because DJ, basically as Han says, start at the next action phase, defeat a resource you control. Basically, technically, DJ would grab one of your opponent's resources, and technically, you do control that resource. The bigger problem was DJ's, the way DJ wrote himself with this Han, that they could have easily kept DJ in the format. They just eroded him so that basically it turned that resource into something you don't control, which then wouldn't work with the Han effect. But technically, since DJ took control of your opponent's resource and then you technically had control of it, you technically go kill it off with a Han, and it turned into a lot of decks where they would just spam out DJ, take one of your resources, kill it for the effect of Han Solo, and then basically you lost out on one of your resources full tilt. So it wasn't really great. I think I only played that deck maybe at Valkyrie Vault a few times against it. I didn't really play a lot against it. I don't think a lot of people really wanted to play it. But anyways, on his backside, he flips for 6/4, 6 that states on attack. Then you take the top card of your deck and put it into your resource readied. And then again, just like his front side at the start of your regrouping phase, the start of your next action phase, you have to then kill a resource. So he does the exact same thing on his front side to his backside. A lot of people will do is that they, on their 5th turn, so when they resource for their 5th normal turn, they will then go Han's effect to put another card in their resource, and they can flip over Han and then swing Han, getting a 7th resource there, allowing them to have 7. While that does mean you have to kill 2 resources, that does mean that you can play a card for 7 and have Han out 1 turn earlier before your opponent. So that is something that a lot of these decks do. And again, we're just running a common green base. I just like Echo base because I'm a big fan of Revenge of the Empire, especially the Hoth battle scene. For the rest of the deck, we have triple L337. When played, you rescue a captured card if there isn't a card. If you don't, give a show token to this unit. You can smuggle out L337 for 4. We have 2 R2D2. When played, discard a card from your hand. If you do so, draw 3 cards of your deck for a card and draw it. Put the other cards in the bottom of your deck in a random order. 3 Obi-Wan that gives Sentinel whenever you play a Force unit, including himself. So when you play him for the turn, he does have Sentinel. Triple tech, because again, this deck can play very easily out of its resources, so we don't really have to control a state of a hand. We can easily just start slotting all our stuff down into our resources and then using tech to then bring it all back. I did get hit with that at the SOR Showdown for set 6, where I was playing against Han Green. Very much a version of this version of Han Green, Han Spark Green, and then my opponent just DJ'd, and then they were able to bring out a Waylay and Waylay back one of my guys. So yeah, triple DJ. Each friendly resource gains smuggle. The gain smuggle cost of the cards costs +2, and its aspect icon. So if you want to smuggle out a 3 cost, it costs now 5, and then it's resource, which doesn't matter. And then again, you can smuggle tech for 4. And then we have 2 Captain Typho with Sentinel, and then when it's used to attack, you may disclose command and heroic, and if you do, heal 1 damage from your base. We have a triple Chewbacca, again, for the piloting of the piloting, where we can then attach it to a unit, and the attached unit gains cannot be defeated or returned to hand by enemy card abilities, as well as normally he gets that on the ground as well. This unit can't be defeated or returned to hand by enemy card abilities. Double Han solo pilot, again for the 4/5 ambush, but most importantly, we do kind of want to use him for his piloting skill of when played as an upgrade, you may attack with a attached unit. If it's a Millennium Falcon, it deals combat damage for the defender. So basically, if it's attached to a Falcon, the Millennium Falcon, it gets first strike. Double Queen Amidala, when played, we create 2 spy tokens. As a reminder, any damage that goes on to Queen Amidala, she can push it to anybody that shares an aspect with her, Naboo or official. Typically, you push it into the spy tokens, so they kill it, but Queen Amidala cannot push in destruction effects. So if she gets hit with takedowns, Power of the Dark Side, Rivals Fall, Vigilance, anything like that automatically kills her, then she can't push the damage to the spies. She can't push that to a spy to kill it to save herself. And she also can't protect herself from getting negative. So she gets hit with a -3/-3. Game mechanic-wise, she dies because she does not have any health points left. So just be cautious on that Queen Amidala can only push damage into the spy tokens to save herself. Double Infant's Nest with a Saboteur, when played on attack, you may return an enemy non-leader unit with less power than this unit to its owner's hand. Triple Kalen Beck. When played, switch out 7 cards of your deck for a unit, reveal it as played. It costs 3 less. Again, if you cannot play a unit with that 3 less and you don't have any resource to play, be mindful that you will have to miss that trigger. And then finally, 2 Qui-Gon Jinn with Ambush, and when defeated, may choose a non-leader ground unit. Its owner puts it on the top or bottom of their deck. For space, we're running triple blue leader for the Ambush, and then when played, you may pay 2 if you do. Move it this unit to the ground, you can give 2 experience tokens as well. Minder, you can trigger the when played skill first to give the 2 experience tokens, and then move to the ground and have it ambush something before you can ambush it into space. So you could choose to ambush it in space. If it survives, pay 2, then bring it to the ground, or you can pay the 2, bring it to the ground, and then give it 2 experience token to ambush something on your opponent's ground. One of the Falcon from Jump to Light Speed, that is, you may deploy 1 additional pilot on this unit, gets +1/+0 for each pilot on it. Triple of the old Millennium Falcon from Spark. When this unit enters play ready, this unit always enters play ready, and then when you ready card during the regrouping phase, either pay 1 or return this unit to owner's hand. A really fun thing to do with this unit a lot of times in space is to play it, swing it into one of your opponent's space units that won't kill it, and then you just bounce it back at the end of the turn back to your hand, because again, that just means that you don't have to really worry about it, and you just knock out your opponent's space units that don't kill off the Falcon, and then constantly bounce that thing back for free, meaning your opponent can never really hit it to remove it from the battlefield. And then finally, 2 Olin AT Hauler. When defeated, choose an opponent. For this phase, they may play this unit from its owner's discard pile for free, so do be cautious on that one. For our events, we're running 1 Confiscate to defeat any upgrades, so if we run into any JTL leaders besides Anakin Skywalker, or Luke Skywalker, because he cannot be knocked off the ship that he's on with effects like this. 1 Bamboozle discard. You could discard a Cunning card to not repay this pay this event's cost, exhaust a unit, and return each upgrade to its owner's hand. We have 2 Surprise Strikes to attack with the unit, gets +3/+0 for the attack. Triple Resupply to allow us to ramp. Triple Waylay, return a non-leader unit to owner's hand. 1 Cunning to do 1 of 2 things. 2 of the 4 things, return a non-leader unit with a cost 4 or less power to his hand, give a unit +4 the phase, exhaust up to 2 enemy use, and opponent discards a random card from a hand. Typically, we might decide to use either the bounce, give the +4 is definitely always going to happen, and typically we'll use the exhaust 2 units so that we can constantly just win out the game. And finally, 2 U-Wing reinforcements. Look at the top 10 cards of our deck, search up for up to 3 units with a kind cost of 7 or less, and play them. Mine up to 3 units, so you could just play 1 guy for 7, by the way. And then finally, for upgrades, we have 2 Hotshot Blaster, because there's no reason not to Hotshot Blaster Han Solo for game. For the side deck, we have triple BD1 with Hidden, and in Win play, choose another friendly unit. While that unit is in play, the chosen unit gets +1/+0 and Saboteur. Another Confiscate if we ever need to worry about more upgrades being a problem. Another Bamboozle, again, if upgrades are a problem. 2 Legal Authority. When played, attached unit captures an enemy non-leader unit with less power than it. We have 2 Spark Rebellions, look at opponent's hand, discard 1 card from it, and 1 more Cunning. Now, I will state immediately that this is the 3rd place deck from a South Carolina PQ. So that's where I got this deck profile for you all. And with that, let's jump to Carabas, folks, and see how well we do in a best 2 out of 3 in a deck I have never played in my entire life. You know, folks, it's the best way to get thrown into anything is immediately get thrown into a mirror, pseudo-mirror match, because my opponent is on the destruction, Temple of Destruction, where if you deal, when a friendly unit deals 3 or more combat damage to a base, you can create the force. Okay. This is actually a pretty good hand. We can actually keep this because, again, we're just going to go for the tech. And then we could put anything literally else into our resources because we'll be able to smuggle tech out. So, like, we could put a waylay into our resources because we have tech. And again, that's one of the things you can do here. Like, I did see someone in that SOR championship who was playing a deck like this. I don't know if they were playing this very similar build, but they did have a, they were playing a Han Shadow ECL deck, and they just brought out Surprise Strike off of a tech and then won the game because of it. Because that just seems completely fair. Oh, we'll go to done. We're going to put out L3-7 here. My opponent is going to trigger the effect of Han Solo here to put an additional card. We don't really need to do that. It's always on speculation when you do it, because like I said, here's a great thing to do it, because you can see Falcon comes in, punches us right in the face, all of that. It's just so powerful because of that effect. We're going to put a Kalen back away. I mean, look at that. The Falcon literally came out in 1 turn, and that doesn't really seem fair. This really doesn't seem fair when you really think about the aspect of what this deck can do as they kill a K2SO. They did, funny enough, they paid the 1 resource. So what they did is they resource for the turn, the resource that they rested to pay for the Falcon, then got killed by the Han. So you can do that as well if you want to. There's nothing stopping you. But yeah, this is going to be annoying that he's automatically got this Falcon out. But yeah, what this leader is really good at is actually pushing past like your misses. Like if you have a 3-drop, just use the Han effect to put another card into your resources and get out a 3-cost character. Okay, this is going to be interesting because my opponent is on a force strategy. There are more about, oh, there's the Falcon, which is pretty nice. We could put the Surprise Strike away. We need to get a Typho out, by the way. We have to get the Typho out, by the way, because otherwise this Vanestra Rao kills us or continues to put more damage on our base. And we do have the ability to show. We can't get the Falcon out this turn, which is unfortunate. We could get Han Solo out as well, because we technically can go 1 more, and we technically could get the Falcon out because we can use the effect of Solo to put another resource away, and then we can flip him and put another resource that would give us the Falcon, and then we can rest 1 of the resources to kill. The big problem is I don't know if that's really worth it because we could do the Chewbacca on the Falcon and kill off his Falcon. Again, he's only at 4, I'm at 5 because of the resupply. So we can wait 1 more turn. I think we're fine waiting 1 more turn. Hot Shot Blaster. This technically will kill him. We'll show him the Queen. That will heal 1 damage off our base. We're going to claim. I don't think there's a reason to worry about anything else. Wish that had been 1 more health point on it. If that had 1 more attack point, we could kill the Falcon here this turn. Lucky enough. Okay, so he's going to bounce the Falcon this time around. I want to see what he does. I'm going to see what his plan is. So he's going to go for the Han effect. He's going to bring out a big cost body now. That's 100% what he's going to do. He's just not going to drag out a big body. We'll put Chewbacca under that. So again, now he's going to be able to swing the Han. The Han then immediately is able then to give him another resource. So he's going to be at 7, meaning that he can now drop a 7 cost, just like we could have dropped Infant's Nest or Kalen Beck if we had him. Which again, doesn't feel really good when you think about it. All of that, because it just doesn't seem like that should be fair at all. That the fact that this deck can manipulate its resources. Okay, that Han Solo is getting out of hand fast. Because if I flip my Han Solo, I'm just... we're going to deploy Han. Swing at that. I'm not dead here, but I'm very close. Unless if he's got another blaster, though, I'm just straight dead. We could put this away. Well, I guess we could go. No, we've had to brought tech out a whole lot sooner. Because the thing is, we're gonna resource here, then we pay for the Falcon effect, and then we'll be able to. Yeah, we'll pay 1 resource, and then we'll just kill the resource that got rested per Han's effect on his backside. So let's see. What was the rested resource? Well, it didn't tell me what the rested resource was, but we really don't need a resupply. Okay, so that was the rested resource. All right, swinging in. This has to, okay, let me think about this. What's his play? He can hotshot blaster a vehicle here. That only puts me up to 29. He would need another Falcon to come down, but then I can just go Infant's Nest to bounce the Falcon back. Like, what's his plan of attack here? Because I can push this to 24, 22, then the Han wins the game. Because Infant's Nest can only bounce back a unit, non-leader unit. So there's not really like this situation because you can't hotshot blaster. Oh, he used it for a cause I believe in. Oh man, he caused I believe in on me. All right, we're gonna go to game 2. Now that's one way to win is for a cause I believe in. So what do we want to put in? Maybe we could legal authority. I mean, I don't feel like BD1's really worth putting in. Maybe a legal authority just so we can capture. Like, we could put out a Falcon, legal authority, the Falcon, and then steal his Falcon with it. We could also put in our second copy of Cunning. Maybe we'll take out a U-Wing and put in a Cunning. Double up on our Cunning here. Yeah, I think that's really... wow, we could also put in double Spark to see his hand. I think I'm going to drop the other U-Wing, and I think I'm going to drop... I think I'll drop a stolen AT Hauler to put in the 2 Spark, and we are ready to go. I don't know. It's like... That was close, by the way. If he didn't have the further cause I believe in, I think we could have won. It didn't help also that the Hotshot Blaster hit us in the face as well, but still, I mean... All right, that was weird. I don't know why I just clicked on that. We'll start with ourselves here. Okay, that's actually pretty good because we can go the R2 here to discard something from our hand. We do have the Falcon to play as well, which is actually pretty nice. We're going to, we're going to keep here. This is actually a really good hand for us. I mean, we had the Hotshot Blast, so we could choose the Han effect to get the Falcon back out again, and then we could just kill a resource. We'll put these 2 away. Put those 2 done out. So yeah, that's actually a pretty good thing because then we could put the Spark. Yeah, we could put the Spark into the resources. Nemec. All right. We could do resupply here, but I think we're just going to go for the Falcon. We're merely going to hit the base. We're going to pass. We could put a tech away. We'll pay 1 resource. We'll kill the Spark, putting us back to 3 here. We'll go for a resupply here to immediately get another thing. Again, we'll just pay 1. We'll probably bounce the Falcon back this time around, I think. Not exactly sure. Again, I also feel this deck has a one problem, is that you lose your hand pretty fast while you're on your unawakened side. But I mean, we literally awaken here again. Yeah, no, that Vinesh Durao with that is pretty interesting. Like, being able to claim the Force so that you can do things with it, it's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll pay 1. We'll put this out because I need to protect the ground right now. We could bring out Han as well because we could easily just put the resupply away and then swing and get a Han. But again, we'd have to... I don't think there's really a point right now to do that just to get a Han 1 turn earlier before our opponent does. Is that really worth it? It might be because, again, he has the ability to drop a spy on us next turn. Because he's going to swing the Karis. Karis dies. He gets the spy token off of this. I 100% believe he does have the ability to show me the card. Okay, so he does have red 3 in the sky. Do I really care about that? Let's trigger the Han ability. I know I know it's dumb. I know it's kind of dumb because the fact of the matter is, but we can at least drag out Han here, and then we could punch another 4 into his base. I don't think I'm going to care too much about the spy doing 2 damage to my base when I'd rather get the pressure on him, start hitting him harder. I know he has the red 5 in hand, but stole an AT Holler, huh? We'll deploy Han. Swing in. We do have to put the top resource. Unfortunate. We could Hotshot Blaster, but there's nothing to Hotshot Blaster. I feel like the Falcon's going to die here, so we do need to keep our other Falcon. We could put a Queen away. We'll pay 1. We'll knock out this, and we'll knock out that. Again, we'll be able to swing Han. Han gives us a chance, and then we can go Qui-Gon Jinn on this. Qui-Gon Jinn has ambush, so meaning if he decides to bring on his Han, we can kill it. Swing in. I'm not really caring if the AT Holler has that much points on him. We could bring out Tech here. I want to do a soft pass. I want to see what he's going to do. Because technically, he could kill this Han Solo with Venestra Rao. Let's see. I'd have to blow up one thing. I could send the Falcon into the AT Holler and then immediately get an AT Holler for free. A 4/5 in the sky for free. Doesn't sound too bad. Let's soft pass again. I want to know what he's going to do. Because technically, Venestra doesn't kill the Han. I know it's a little strange, but we're not dead here at all. We have the Falcon that we can kill that. Well, there's a mace. He still has the ability to flip this turn. That's the thing. I'm like, I want to hit him in the face. Well, technically, I guess we have the win here, because technically we don't die from this on the Venestra. So we could do this to trigger the effect to ambush off the Venestra, meaning if he sends the mace at us, we could just spin back something he plays. I claim the initiative here. I can Hotshot Blaster this, and that kills him. Yeah, no. If he plays the Han Solo this turn, thinking that I don't have a way to beat him out on the base. All right, no, he gave me the win. All right, I just, he has to, okay, well, no. I don't have the win just yet. Put that away. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. That's the Han Solo on the Falcon with the waylay. We're going to go to the done. We will kill... Let's kill the R2. All right. I need this AT Holler to go first. So we're out of Hans. I can't let this... Well, I guess, no, even then... Because I can get the win here. I can easily go 5 onto this. That doesn't give me the win. What do I want to do? You know what? Yeah, let's drag out Tech. Because we can go the Han effect to put the waylay away. And then that gives us the Millennium Falcon, which we could then do another 3. So we can go the Han effect to put the waylay away. So another mace to burn to kill. Oh, no, only put 4 damage on. Right, he only deals 4, so Tech doesn't technically die here. We do put this on him, so the problem is he sends the AT Holler at me. I have the effect to grab the AT Holler out from him. Now I can't play it active, that's the thing. We'll do this. Pass. We're just going to bounce this back to hand. Done. We can't risk losing the Falcon here. So we're going to just bounce the Falcon back to hand, and we have the play still. Return to owner's hand. We will kill this Falcon. Okay, so that killed that. Dang, we're just like super close. Because I can't play both of these, that's my problem. I technically could play the Han Solo, but enough for 5. Let's go this. We're just going to go for the ambush. Trigger ambush first. Hit that. No, we're not going to pay 2 for what? A guy that's dead? Now, the thing is, I could just easily play the AT Hauler out. I have the Solo here that allows me to immediately attack with a unit. So, meaning I'm not dead to this Mace Windu. We can play the Hauler. So if he decides to attack here, I'm just going to claim because I have this attached to this. That's game right there, unless he has a way to kill the AT Hauler. Well, that's not enough. He was close. He was close. All right, we're just going to go to done. He does have to kill a resource because he did use Han's ability. All right. We're going to play Han Solo with piloting, attached to that, trigger the effect, smash in for game. Let's go to game number 3. Woo! All right. Okay. All right. What the heck do we want to pull out now? I don't know. Is it like worth now keeping the bamboozles or the confiscates really in hand? Like, is there a reason to do that? We could put like legal authority, but I think this is, well, we're going second. That's the thing. Maybe it is worth bringing in the other AT Hauler. So let's take out the confiscate because I don't feel like it's doing much for us, and we'll put in the AT Hauler and we're ready. All right, here we go, folks. Game 3 against Han Temple of Destruction. We almost got game 1 if we just didn't hit 1 point. I mean, that's not bad. That is cunning, which is pretty nice for us. That is the R2, so we could pitch out, say, like an AT Hauler and then put something there. So we could put like the Chewbacca. Well, I don't know. Chewbacca on the AT Hauler is actually pretty nasty. I think we'll keep. I may regret that completely. Yeah, I may regret that. It's going to trigger the Solo effect immediately here. Let's go the Solo effect as well. Why not? Why don't we do it? I'll show you my own AT Hauler. AT Haulers for days. All right, we'll do that. That's hilarious. Han Solo. I want this cunning so bad because we can actually trigger it this coming up turn. The Solo combo. I really hate it, folks. I really hate it. I really hate that we're gonna have to put away that. Let's kill the R2. Well, he did kill it. That's what I was afraid of. Well, I guess we'll put this out. We do have technically first strike, so we can just claim because technically we do have the ability to go into first strike. We'll put away tech because we can go into first strike. Yeah, we have to pay the 1 resource. All right. Trigger the first strike, kill that. That immediately removes that AT Hauler, and we get that one now back to our hand. And that's really nice because we also got the first strike ability off of it. There's not really any other reason to do anything else this turn. Thank goodness for the first strike ability. Ugh. So he swung, got the Temple Destruction trigger. I'm just going to claim. There's nothing else we can really do. Wait, what am I doing? I can grab his... what am I doing? I can grab his AT Hauler. That's disgusting. Bounce that all back. We're going to go to... Well, we can't go to done just yet, so we'll put the Typho away. We do need to bring out the Chewie here. So we're going to trigger this effect to put this away. That allows us also to drag out the Han, by the way, so we could drag out the Han here. Tell him I have a potential for going into a turn 7 play, so we can do that, deploy Han Solo. Immediately be able to tell him I have a turn 7 play. He could deploy out his Solo as well, so we both have we're both tempting turn 7 plays. Swing on the base. I can drag out the Obi-Wan if I need to protect myself, because of the Han Solo flip. It just matters what his last 2 cards in his hand are. Because I'm going to go Falcon attach that. So he passes. Interesting. What does he have? All right, we're going to put that out. Solo attached Chewbacca. This immediately puts 10 on base. We could technically kill the AT Hauler because it's when defeated, choose an opponent. So technically the AT Hauler always is triggerable on death. So he's just going to trade out there. So we're going to do that. What is his 7-turn play? Lucky enough with him missing the infant nest play, that means that we can't be bounced back. So this does lead us. All right, 4 damage there. Oh, so he's going to send the AT Hauler at it. We'll just claim. We'll just have to put a Waylay away because we'll pay 1 to keep the Falcon up. Let's kill the Spark. And we got to kill another resource. Let's kill off Typho. My opponent needs to do the exact same thing, so we're both at 6. Swing in 16. Because the other option was that I could just play the Obi-Wan, and that really doesn't do much. We could drop the tech. We'll drop the Obi-Wan, because that means that that does mean this has to swing into this, and I do have the Waylay still in hand, so that does mean that I can bounce a guy back to his hand. Alright, soft pass. If he wants the 7th resource, he has to smash into this. I guess he could have another Mace Windu, that's the thing. Okay. So he smashed into that. I'm just going to claim. There's the Falcon. Falcon hit Falcon. Unfortunately, I think we're dead now. We can go tech. There's not really much tech can do. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, there's not much like tech can even bring out. I guess I can go Waylay bounce the Mace Windu so I live 1 turn on. I mean, that's all I can really do. Bounce the Mace for a turn. Alright, bounce the tech back to hand. Guess I'll just claim. Kazuto, huh? We're gonna go done because I don't want Kazuto getting an extra +2 health points on him right now. That actually is kind of dangerous for us. I know one thing, at least the Obi-Wan. At least we could play the Obi-Wan, protect ourselves. I mean, you have to drop the Mace to put 4 damage on this, which is annoying, but it's not impossible. We can drop this Falcon. We're not dead yet, that's the thing. Casting on that. What else we can really do? I'll just pass. Because all this can do is 3. This protects my life, and this protects my life, so, I mean, we're not dead. Oh, that gets rid of that. That puts 4 damage on my base, and there's no way for me to win this. Yeah, there's no way for me to win it. I was close, folks. I was close. Well, good game there, Mr. Jack. Good game there. We had to go to the game 3. Good game, though. Good game. Well, folks, that was for a first time of this deck going up against another Han, but in Temple of Destruction. Was a really good one. I'm not going to lie. It's a good deck. I don't think it's my type of deck. This deck feels like if you don't see your cards or you don't really understand the continuity of the deck or your play lines or the combos of how this deck is supposed to function, it's going to get you. It's going to get you in that late game when you don't really have much. So yeah, I mean, Still, it's a pretty cool deck. I give credit for people still playing this. This deck has been meta viable since the day it released into the format in Spark. Again, anyone knows, I only jumped in at about the middle of set 3 and really got fully devoted into Star Wars Unlimited and JTL. So I've only been devoted then. I didn't really get to play a Han when he was a superpower scary deck with DJ. I probably would have not liked that deck, and even then I probably would have still had the combo problems, but still, it's a fun deck when it goes right, when you can do the combo lines. I can see why a lot of people like Harbinger playing this deck over and over and over again. But even still, we nearly got game 1 if our opponent didn't have for a cause I believe in. We got game 2 easy, and game 3 came down to the fact that I totally forgot to grab the AT Hauler that died by its effect. I could have had the 4/5 AT Hauler in the sky, which would have been really nice there. So that's on my bad for immediately passing it, forgetting the AT Hauler effect, all of that. But still, it's a good deck. Is it my deck? I don't think so. I really honestly could tell you, I feel like I didn't play this optimally. I didn't play this good. I don't think I really utilized tech really good either. So I feel like, for someone who's a stalwart knowing pilot of this deck, they would have been easy probably to win that game or have been able to grind it into the end game where they could have won it. For me, I'm glad we took it to 3 games and nearly won 2 of them. So got 1 and nearly won 1. So, I mean, kudos to me, I guess. Kudos to me. But nonetheless, guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments on Han Spark Green. Have you guys tried him out? Have you been playing Han Spark Green or Han Spark since he first released in Spark Rebellion? Let me know that as well. Let me know if I messed any of the combo lines up. If I did something completely wrong, please do let me know down in the comments if I could have actually done this deck a whole lot better, if I actually missed lines that I could have played to actually have won games and stuff like that. But let me know all that down in the comments. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you can notify when my videos go live for you. I will see you here next time on Mom Dragons TCG.